Hello, my name is Lily and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So it is week 3 of Pixarathon and I still have only finished 1 book, but I am in the middle of 3, so let me tell you what they are. First up we have Diary of a Young Naturalist by Dara McAnulty. This is a non-fiction, it's a collection of diary entries from the year that he was 16 and moved across the country that he lives in, which is Ireland, and it's about what it's like to be autistic in basically as a teenager while living in Ireland and his family's love for nature. This is going really great. I'm reading this one as a physical and purely as a physical and I'm absolutely loving it. It is really engaging and I find it so relatable. There's some things that he's saying that I'm like, oh, I didn't even realise those were autistic traits, and yeah, I really love it. Next up we have Harrow the Ninth. Originally I was buddy reading this with a friend, but that friend has now decided to DNF, but I'm going to continue and finish this book. I'm mostly reading this as an audiobook because I find it much easier to follow because it's in second person. This is the second book in the Locked Tomb trilogy following on from Gideon the Ninth, so I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I don't want to spoil Gideon. And finally, Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron. This is a young adult fantasy where we live in a world of witch doctors and our main character is from a family of notorious witch doctors but hasn't come into her magical powers yet, and she's reaching the age where if it doesn't happen this year it's not going to happen at all. When children start going missing in her town, she decides to trade years of her life to gain magic early to try and solve what's going on. And that's about as far as I've got to. I haven't got to the part yet where she's traded years of her life. I've got to the part where children start going missing. So it's getting really interesting, although it is quite slow moving. I'm like 100 pages in and we still haven't got to the trading years of her life yet, so hoping that happens soon so we can get more of a plot going. But I am intrigued, I'm loving the fantasy world and I'm loving the accent of the narrator as well because I'm listening to it on audiobook at the moment, but I will probably read some physical as well. And the narrator has a West African accent because it's set in a West African inspired fantasy world, and oh, I love it so much. It makes it so much more engaging. So yes, my reading's not gone great up until now. I've just not had enough time and yeah, I've just not been feeling great a lot as well, but hopefully I will get some more reading done this week. I'm feeling quite positive today. I woke up feeling really rubbish, so did my hair, put some makeup on and put some nice shows on in the background while I did my work, and I'm feeling much better about myself now. Also, I'm going to collect my new glasses today because if you watched my vlog from a couple of weeks ago, I went to go get my eyes tested and they were a little bit off, so I needed some new glasses to help with some eye strain. So yes, I'm going to pick up my glasses at lunchtime today and I'm very excited. So this will be the last time you see me in these glasses because fingers crossed my new glasses will be perfect and I'll be bringing them home and I'll be wearing them, and yeah, I'm so excited. But also in other news, what else is going on in my life? Oh, my boyfriend's gone home now, so during the week it's just gonna be me, which hopefully means I'll get some more reading done because I tend to read more when I'm on my own because I have less things to occupy me. So yeah, hopefully I get some more reading done. I'm hoping to finish all 3 of those books this week so that I can then read the other 3 books that I really need to read, which are my 2 arcs and my book club book for work. So yeah, fingers crossed I can get a lot of reading done this week. We're hopefully having more reading sprints this weekend, and yeah. I have my new glasses and I absolutely love them. They make me feel so cool and so chic and like just, oh, I'm so happy. Everyone at the opticians was being really nice and like complimenting them and saying that I looked really good, and then I sent pictures to people and they said I looked really good, so I'm feeling really good right now. I'm loving it. I wanted glasses like these for ages, so yeah, I am so glad I finally managed to get them. And what makes me extra happy was these were the cheapest ones that I liked. They're actually Boots' own brand ones, so they were a lot cheaper than all the designer ones. So yeah, I did pretty good I think, and I just I keep looking at them in the camera and I feel so cool. And I just like how the frames aren't dominating my face anymore like my old ones were, so yeah, I am super duper happy. And anyway, because I forgot it was pancake day, I am gonna go and make some pancakes for dinner before I have therapy, and then after therapy I was meant to be filming today, but then I realised I'm probably gonna cry in therapy and make all my makeup run, so I'm probably not gonna film today. So I'm guessing my upload is gonna be late this week again. So I've kind of become like, vlogs come out on Monday/Tuesday and my regular videos come out like Thursday/Friday, and it's supposed to be Monday, Thursday, but at the moment, oh, this week I got my vlog up on Monday, but my regular video is probably going to be a little bit late, so oh well. That's it. I'm gonna go make some pancakes, and I bought some bougie ice cream from Marks and Spencer's to have with them, and I'm very excited. Hello, it's, what day is it? Oh, legit, I don't know what day it is. Let me check. Alexa, what day is it?
Today is Wednesday the 17th of February.
It's Wednesday, so I'm not feeling great today. Maggie woke me up at about 5 AM after I went to sleep at midnight. No, I went to sleep at like 11:30. Oh, you can see I'm very tired and I'm not feeling very well anyway. I've got a raging headache. I think maybe I was a bit dehydrated yesterday and it's carried into today. But yeah, I'm not feeling great today, hence why I'm not updating until fairly late in the day, as you can tell by the lighting and the reason why I'm in my hoodie blanket. I just needed some comfort. Yeah. So, sorry if I'm a bit lackluster today, sorry if there's not much footage at the moment. I'm just not sleeping well and I'm not feeling my best, so we're working with it. I did read more of Harrow the Ninth and I got to the end of Act 3, I think. Yes, so I finished Act 3, now we're moving into Act 4. Still listening to it all via audiobook and I am still fairly interested. Like when I do start listening, I am interested in what's happening. So I'm definitely not going to DNF it because I've made it this far. I definitely want to keep listening. But yeah, listening on 2x speed is what's helping me get through this right now, and I do want to try and listen to a lot more tonight while I get on with my evening so that I can try and get through this quicker and move on to some new books. Also, I had some book mail today, and if you know what the date is, which Alexa just told you, you'll know what I'm gonna be holding up, but it's A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. I'm sorry I forgot to unbox it on the vlog, but I'm just forgetful and I'm not feeling great today, and when I got a book parcel I just opened it because I was excited. God, I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is great. Very excited, although people have told me that I need to have read the first 4 books before I read this again, because apparently, well, I've lost my train of thought. Apparently it is more enjoyable if you remember what happened in the previous books, and I haven't read them for a little while, so unless I can figure out a way to work them into my TBR for the Woody's Roundup Readathon and get through them all without impacting the books I absolutely have to read this month, which looks very unlikely, then yeah, I'm not going to be reading this one until March, which breaks my heart, but hey ho, at least I'll get to it soon-ish and hopefully avoid spoilers for as long as possible. Oh. So yes, I'm not feeling shipshape today. It's about 4 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock, and yeah. I'm gonna have a nap straight after work to try and give myself enough energy to make dinner. And I'm probably gonna like make dinner. I'm trying to do some self-care stuff, so I'm gonna try and paint my nails. I don't know, maybe watch a movie. I'll probably just watch, look, my comfort stuff is really weird and I'm very aware of that. I've been watching animal rescue shows during work today because I find watching animals getting rescued and rehabilitated really comforting. Most other people find it really upsetting, and I do find it upsetting, but it's outweighed by the comforting side of them being rescued and rehabilitated and rehomed. But also my other comfort shows at the moment are Criminal Minds and American Horror Story, so I don't know what's up with my brain, but we're currently watching that, and also Modern Family. I have one normal one. But yeah, I'm probably either going to watch some Modern Family or American Horror Story, maybe a movie tonight. So I'm going to try and listen to a lot of my audiobook while I do things like cooking and doing my nails and stuff, just so I can get that reading time in today. Hello and welcome to Thursday? Yeah, pretty sure it's Thursday. So I'm really struggling with this vlog this week. I've had a really down mental health week. I've been getting bad headaches because my glasses are still adjusting, my eyes are still adjusting to my glasses, and I've not been sleeping well because the Maggie Moo wakes up with the sun and the sun is rising earlier, and that means she's waking me up at 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'm just tired. I'm not feeling great about things, but I am trying. I have read quite a bit more of Harry the Ninth now. I'm nearly finished with Act 4. Read a little bit of Diary of a Young Naturalist, but honestly I'm really struggling with physical reads. The reason I'm getting through Harrow so quickly is because I can listen to it as an audiobook. So yeah, I wish I had more to update you on this week, but sadly not. Tomorrow I'm going to my in-laws because for my boyfriend's dad's birthday we are having like a murder mystery Zoom event or something, so yeah, going over for that. I'm allowed to do that because they are my bubble household because I live alone. Don't worry, I'm not breaking any COVID rules here. And apparently we're having pizza, which was probably like the main driver for me going over there, to be honest with you. And then I'm going back on Sunday for a Sunday dinner with them as well because I haven't been round for a while. Other than that, I don't have much to update you on. I still need to have a bath tonight because obviously I need to look like a presentable human being tomorrow for seeing people in person. I haven't seen people in person who aren't my boyfriend or, you know, shop workers in a long time. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day. But today my hair's just up in a messy bun, and I did actually put a little bit of makeup on today. I did my eyebrows, put some concealer on, and then I stopped there because it's one of those days. But yeah, that's all I have to say today. I'm probably gonna be, I mean, you've probably seen footage of Mackie and stuff today, so it's not a completely empty vlog. I will still always give you the cat content you desire. But yeah, I'm sorry there's not much reading happening again. I think I'm gonna massively fail my own readathon again. So yeah, a bit sad about it, but at the same time it's pushed me to read some different books, which I'm very happy about. Hey pals, it's a bit long time no see. I am so sorry I haven't been updating as much as I should have been. I don't know, it's just been a very tiring week. I've not been sleeping very well, and yeah, so I just haven't been updating as much as I should have, but I am here, I am back, and it's Sunday, so this will be your last day of updates, but I'm going to try and update you a bit more today. So, plan for the day today is we are going to the in-laws for a Sunday lunch because they are my bubble. I'm aiming to leave there by 7 PM so that I have enough time to get back, have some reading chill time and get ready for work tomorrow. So, what has happened in the time that I haven't updated you? Sorry, my camera's shaking because it's been balanced on my bed, but it's fine. So, I have actually finished 2 whole books this week already. So, I finished Diary of a Young Naturalist and I finished Harry the Ninth. Diary of a Young Naturalist I finished first, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did start skim reading kind of at the end. I did like the writing and I liked Dara and I was really enjoying reading his message, but I just found it a little bit repetitive and dry for me. I don't think it's a bad book, I don't think it's bad at all, but I think it just wasn't for me. I gave it a 3-star rating overall, and if you like beautiful language, if you like nature, that kind of stuff, then this is definitely one for you. I think I was just expecting more commentary on his autism and his activism work, whereas I felt like over 90% of the book was just him talking about walks they went on and things that are going on in his garden. So yeah, it wasn't quite the diary I was expecting it to be, and maybe that's my fault. Maybe I was expecting it to be something it wasn't ever meant to be. So I gave it 3 stars because I think it was still well written and everything. It just wasn't one that appealed to me as much as I wanted it to. And that was my team book, and I used it for Rex, a cinnamon roll main character. Because it's the team book, I used it to replace that prompt, because originally I was going to use Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, but unfortunately it turns out that one didn't have a cinnamon roll main character. Now, Harry the Ninth I also finished, and that one I also gave 3 stars, and honestly towards the end I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is a 4-star book, but when I actually took a step back and ran it through Corpile and thought about how I felt throughout most of the book, I would say 80%-ish I was just kind of going along for the ride, not really understanding what was going on and wasn't enjoying it that much, but I knew I wanted to know what was going to happen next. So that's why I decided actually it was only a 3-star read for me. And I'm kind of surprised that it's got as high ratings as it does, because I think the writing style is not great, but I do really love the interactions between the characters. I love Harrow, I love Gideon, I love Ianthe. all of them are so funny and so great together, and I loved the dynamics. I just found it very confusing as per usual. I want to say more, but I don't want to give any spoilers, so maybe I will do a spoilery review separately for Harrow. I liked it, but I didn't love it, but I will be reading Alecto the Ninth, which is the final book in the Lockstream trilogy. Now, what I'm also trying to finish this week is When Life Gives You Mangoes by Corinne Getton. This is a really short little middle grade. I'm already like halfway through. It looks like I'm not that far in, but I am actually like halfway through already. So I started this morning and I got really far in, so I'm hoping to finish it today before bed. So I'm enjoying it. It's really sweet, and I love the narrator. The narrator is called Clara, and she's really lovely, and I really like her new friend Rudy, who's from Britain. And if you didn't know, this one is about a girl called Clara who has no memory of what happened to her the summer before, but clearly something happened and people don't want to talk about it, but it was obviously a big deal. She has a best friend called Gaynor, and this best friend is starting to act kind of weird towards her, being very mean and cold. But then a new girl named Rudy arrives in the town from Britain, and she starts to make friends with Clara and they become new friends. And through this, Gaynor gets even more jealous and angry and harsh towards Clara, and people keep bringing up the fact that Clara has memory issues and doesn't remember the previous summer. And yeah, so I'm expecting a big plot twist at the end about what happened in the previous summer. There's also a big mystery around Clara's uncle, who lives on the top of the hill. The pastor of the town has said that the uncle is a witch doctor, so people now are very superstitious and avoid him. But Clara is kind of curious because that's her uncle, and if her family hasn't shunned him, he can't be that bad. So yeah, it's a really good little book, and I can't believe I'm already halfway through. It's so sweet. If anything, I wish I was getting more. I love all the characters, well, not all the characters. I love Rudy and Clara. They're really lovely together, and Rudy has this like big imagination. She creates these imaginary worlds and like imaginary games really easily, and her bringing out that like childishness joy in Clara is just, oh, I love it so much. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. I'm expecting it to be like a 4, maybe 5-star read by the end. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to update you later on what I thought of this book. Hello, it is still Sunday. It's the evening now. I've been home for a few hours and I have been reading, and this is my little update, and it will also be my wrap up for the week. So this evening I have been reading When Life Gives You Mangoes, and I have finished it. I am so happy. That means I've now actually read 4 books for the readathon, which is just amazing. So this one was for RC, a fast read, because it's only 222 pages, so it was definitely a fast read. It's a middle grade. I gave you the summary in the last clip, so I won't be giving you another one. And yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a 3 or 4-star read, so I ran it through Corpile first, and Corpile came out as a 4. I was unsure on certain categories on Corpile, so I tried running it through on my like base instinct ones and it came out as a 4. Then I adjust them all to like the lowest instinct I had and it still came out as a 4, so it is a 4-star read. And yeah, I am happy with that. I think it's really hard to explain my thoughts about this book without giving massive spoilers, because a lot of my thoughts revolve around the big reveal, because obviously you know that Clara can't remember what happened last summer. So obviously at some point in the book you find out what happened last summer and you find out why Clara has been acting the way that she has. So I'll get to that bit in a minute, but let's talk about the things that I really enjoyed first. So first of all, I loved the imagery and I loved how engrossing this book was. I felt like the author really transported you to the village of Sycamore, and the island life was just so vivid. I really truly like could imagine where I was or where Clara was and could really feel involved in this book. I thought that Clara and Rudy, the two like closest to main characters that you get, were really well written and I really fell in love with them. I have 2 complaints about it. One is very minor and the other one is a bit of a bigger complaint, which is what really lost it its star. So the first one was, I think it was too short, and I feel like we needed some more time to get to know some of the more side characters on the island, because in 222 pages you were introduced to a lot of people and they all kind of became a bit two-dimensional one-dimensional, and I felt like it would have been nice, especially with some of the other children on the island, to get to know them a bit more. It didn't really take too much away from the story for me, especially as a middle grade. But my bigger complaint, and this is going to be so hard to explain without spoiling the book, but once the big reveals happened, I really struggled to see how it made sense logically with what we'd seen in the book, and I wish there'd been some more reflection on how that could have been the case throughout the book. So yeah, I can't really say much more than that. I wish there'd been more of a discussion of like, now that we know this is true, how does it match up to events we have seen happen in the book? And okay, so now we've done the book updates, but we're going to talk about something else. So as you know, I said earlier I was going for a roast dinner at my boyfriend's parents' house. So my boyfriend still lives with his parents, as does his brother and his brother's girlfriend at the moment. So I went to see them for a roast dinner. Can you please stop being chaotic? But yes, so we went to theirs for roast dinner, and while I was there, his brother and the girlfriend told me that they had actually got a tropical fish aquarium, and they've been building up this aquatic tropical aquarium so that they have something to focus on. And they have like shrimp, and they have snails, and they have a little crab and a catfish, and I just sat and looked at it and I was in awe, and I was so jealous, and I was just like, I love this so much. So Tom and I are now planning on making our own tropical aquarium as something for us to do, because also I think it's going to be good for me when I get stressed out on a work day and I'm working from home, to be able to just go and sit and like watch the fish for 5 minutes, because that would really help me to calm down my brain. But also I think it would be good to have something a little bit more low-key to look after. But because I'm me, we're not going low-key. I want frogs. So I said like offhandedly that in my ideal world I'd want frogs, and his brother told me that you can actually get these things, they're called African dwarf frogs, and they're like completely aquatic frogs. They spend all their time in the water and they just go up to the surface to breathe and come back down straight away again, and they can live in community tanks with peaceful fish. So I want to get a tropical fish tank, and I want African dwarf frogs. I want to do this. My sister has an old tank that was a tropical tank, because she had some fish for a while and then they decided it was too much work for them, so they don't have it anymore. So when I am allowed to get that from her, I will be getting that, and we are going to try and set up a tropical fish aquarium. Don't know when it's going to happen, because it all depends on, sorry, my fingers keep going in front of the camera. It's all going to depend on our budgets and time, but fingers crossed this could happen really soon. So that's all of the things I wanted to talk to you about. I'm now just going to do my quick little wrap up. So this week I read three books. I finished Diary of a Young Naturalist, which I gave 3 stars, Harry the Ninth, which I gave 3 stars, and I read When Life Gives You Mangoes, which I gave 4 stars. So a solidly average reading week, I would say. I'm hoping next week I'll get some more 5 stars. But also, oh, I forgot to do my quick haul. Let me show you the books that I hauled this week as well. Well, these are the ones that are pre-orders. No, they're not all pre-orders. These are the ones that have arrived so far. I got The Desolation of Devil's Acre by Ransom Riggs. This is, I'm not going to open it because it's so heavy, but this is the signed Waterstones exclusive, so that's really exciting. And let's go for a walk to my bedroom so I can show you the other one that I got that I'm very excited about. This one is gifted, so it was gifted to me by my boyfriend, so I'm very, very grateful, and we've been waiting for it for ages, so I'm so excited. If you know me, you know what I've been trying to get hold of for ages. You all know why I'm so excited. I am genuinely so excited because I finally have a hardback copy of The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I'm so happy. Oh my god. Like, I went to my in-laws on Friday for dinner and for the murder mystery night that we did, and I knew this had arrived at my boyfriend's, and she was just sat on his bed like, my book, give me my book. And it took ages to convince him to give me my book, so I have it. It's going to be like the first thing I read when this readathon finishes, if I can't figure out a way to work it into this readathon without not reading the books I have to read. So yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. But yes, that is, I think, everything I needed to update you on. Maggie Moo is following me everywhere. Hey Maggie. I hope you can hear those purrs because they're really good. So yes, I'm gonna go give my cat some love, and that will be it for this week's weekly reading vlog. I hope that you like this, even if I was a bit rubbish and I haven't really filmed any b-roll and I haven't really filmed any updates either. I'm so sorry. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to see more content from me. All of my social media links will be down in the description below. If you want to leave me a comment to let me know you were here, can you leave me a mango emoji, because I read When Life Gives You Mangoes. That is everything, I think. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.